When you were a kid, you learned the solar system had a certain number of planets. That number might be about to change again, and this time not by taking one away. Right now, this summer, a brand new telescope has started hunting for a hidden planet in our own solar system. Something bigger than Earth, orbiting far out in the dark that no human has ever seen. We've been chasing it for a decade, and the latest discoveries made the story stranger than anyone expected. Because the more we look, the less the evidence agrees with itself. This is the hunt for Planet 9, and it's reaching its moment of truth. But nobody has ever actually seen Planet 9. The entire case for it is built on gravity, on the way other things move. Far past Neptune, beyond Pluto, there's a population of small, frozen worlds called trans-Neptunian objects. Distant chunks of ice and rock looping around the Sun on enormous orbits. Around 2014, astronomers Chad Trujillo and Scott Shepard noticed something odd about a handful of the most distant ones. Their orbits all seemed to lean the same way, like the hands of several clocks frozen, pointing in the same direction. With nothing out there to hurt them, that should not happen. In 2016, two Caltech astronomers, Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown, put a number on it. The odds of that alignment being a coincidence, they argued, were tiny. Something massive had to be shepherding those orbits. A planet, maybe 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, sitting hundreds of times farther from the Sun than we are, taking 10 to 20,000 years to circle it once. A real planet hiding in plain sight. If that sounds far-fetched, we've done this before. Neptune was found in 1846 not by looking, but by math. Astronomers watched Uranus get tugged off course and predicted exactly where the hidden planet pulling on it had to be. Planet 9 is the same idea, but scaled up. For years, the problem was simple. If Planet 9 is out there, it's so far away and so faint that almost no telescope could catch it. And that just changed. High in the Chilean desert, the Vera C Rubin Observatory has opened its eyes. A telescope with the largest digital camera ever built, designed to photograph the entire southern sky over and over, night after night, for 10 years. If something far out there moves, Rubin will see it. And the people who proposed Planet 9 think this is the moment. But Batygin recently said the turning point is now. That starting this summer, in 2026, Rubin's first wave of discoveries becomes a direct test of every piece of evidence for the planet. Megan Schwab, an astronomer on the survey, puts it plainly. Within the first year or two, we should have our answer. Think about what that means. If Rubin spots a slow, faint dot creeping across the sky hundreds of times further out than Earth, that's it. That's a new planet. The first one added to our solar system since Neptune, almost 2 centuries ago. And we may already have a glimpse. In 2025, a team led by Terry Longpan did something clever. Instead of building a new telescope, they dug through 2 old ones. They compared an infrared map of the sky from 1983 with another from 2006, 23 years apart, looking for a single point of light that shifted position, the way a slow distant planet would. After filtering millions of sources down, one candidate survived. One dot, the right brightness in the right place, that had moved by just the right amount. For a moment, it looked like the hidden planet had been caught. Then, Mike Brown, the man who proposed Planet 9, ran the numbers on that dot's orbit himself, and it did not fit. The object would have been tilted around 120 degrees, orbiting almost sideways compared to everything else, in the wrong direction. His verdict was honest and a little deflating. It might be a real planet out there, but it's not Planet 9. So, the best candidate we've ever found for Planet 9 might be evidence of a different hidden world entirely. One that, if it's real, would actually make the original Planet 9 impossible. That's not the only crack in the story. The same surveys that hunt for Planet 9 keep turning up new frozen worlds, and lately they've been pointing the wrong way. In 2025, astronomers announced an object called 2017 OF201, a possible dwarf planet on an orbit so stretched it takes around 25,000 years to lap the Sun. Then came another, nicknamed Ammonite, found with Japan's Subaru telescope, one of only a handful of these extreme distant bodies ever discovered. But that's a problem. If a big Planet 9 were really out there, its gravity should keep these distant orbits held together, all leaning the same way. These new objects do not line up with the others, and Yukon Huang, who simulated Ammonite's path, found that its orbit actually lowers the odds that Planet 9 exists at all. Some astronomers, like Samantha Lower, go further. They suspect the famous clustering was never real to begin with, just a trick of where and when we happened to be looking. So where does that leave us? Honestly, with three possibilities, and every one of them is remarkable. The first, Planet 9 is exactly what Batygin and Brown say, a genuine hidden planet waiting at the edge of the dark, and Rubin is about to find it. Batygin points out that after 8 years, no one's ever produced a better explanation that fits everything. The second is stranger. Maybe there was a planet out there once and it's gone. Some researchers, including Huang, suggest the early solar system could have grown an extra planet that got flung outward by the giants and lost to interstellar space, leaving its gravitational fingerprints on the orbits we still see today. A ghost of a world that escaped. And the third, maybe there's no planet at all. Maybe the clustering is an illusion. Or maybe, as physicists Harsh Mathur and a different Brown, Catherine Brown, showed in 2023, our law of gravity itself behaves a little differently at these enormous distances, and that alone could bend those orbits into line. No ninth planet, just gravity surprising us again. What makes this rare is that we do not have to argue about it forever. Most cosmic mysteries sit out of reach. This one is about to be tested, directly, with a telescope that's already running. Within a couple of years, the answer tips one of three ways, and each rewrites something. If we find it, we add a planet to the solar system for the first time in living memory. If we learn one was thrown away, our tidy origin story gets a violent new chapter. And if it's a gravity bending those orbits, that echoes the last time the solar system misbehaved, when a wobble in Mercury's orbit broke Newton's physics and handed us Einstein. The edge of the solar system has rewritten the rules before. What gets me is that this is our own backyard, not a galaxy billions of light years away. The far edge of the solar system we live in, still hiding something big enough to tug on worlds. And we genuinely don't know which one of these three answers is true. We might be the generation that finds out. This channel is about exactly these moments, where the science is still being written, and the honest answer is, we're about to find out. If you want to be here when Rubin returns its verdict, subscribe and stick around. Until next time, clear skies.